It seems as though the attempt of being social media famous, going viral, that Chud the Builder did will cost him an extended amount of time. 56 years is an egregious amount of time. It's all because he wanted to be stupid. He wanted to fuck around, and he is finding out in real time. He can't even tap into the money that he has from his supporters because he was so stupid and careless and reckless about the way that he was going about life. I keep putting quotation marks around supporters because
Man, they trying to get his bitch ass that Lawrence Taylor. 56? Shit. Well, we're back with an update, guys. We got another video. This is about Chud, the racist builder, and it goes by the name of the world's most racist streamer. Just caught an L in court. Let's check it out.
After an insanely long day at court, us Chud the Builder haters got great news. And by great news, I do mean great news. Today was the day that he was supposed to hear a verdict about his bond from a shooting that took place outside of a Tennessee courthouse just last week.
Social media personality known as Chud the Builder is now back in court today up in Clarksville.
Dalton Etherly is facing several felony charges after a shooting outside the Montgomery County Courthouse last week. Houston's Maggie Weaver is live this morning with what we can expect to happen in today's bond hearing. Maggie, you were there for last week's hearing as well. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mark and Nicole. That's right. I was here whenever Chud the Builder, Dalton Etherly, was walked into that courtroom. Now, today's hearing is expected to focus on whether Etherly will continue to be jailed under that estimated $1.25 million bond, or if a judge could change those conditions. Now, investigators do say that Etherly, known online as Chud the Builder, was involved in a shooting outside the Montgomery County Courthouse here last Wednesday. Authorities say both Etherly and another man were shot during this incident and taken for medical treatment. Now, court records do show that Etherly had been at the courthouse earlier that day for a separate civil debt appearance. Etherly is now charged with attempted criminal homicide, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment. Now, at his first court appearance last week, a judge cited the seriousness of these charges, public safety concerns, and the fact that the shooting happened outside a courthouse when setting that temporary bond amount.
And I'm here to tell you that that bond remains over $1 million, and there is still more good news left to come for us Chud haters. But this is the victory. And it's only gonna get better. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel. Stick in with me as I give you the Chud the Builder updates, even live from the courthouse. This is gonna be a great time. Now, back into the video. There was so much that was unearthed from this Chud the Builder courthouse situation today at the bond hearing that I really don't even know where to begin. But I think the biggest news, the news that everybody was waiting to hear back from, was if this $1.25 million bond that was set after the incident in which he pew-pewed a man in quote-unquote self-defense outside of a Tennessee courthouse would stick, or if it would get reduced to any amount. Before we get into that though, I do want to let people know that the nonsense that was going on at the courthouse was insane. Chud the Builder has some of the most insane supporters that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, for real. And for somebody to think that that wouldn't be possible, you got to be lost, guys. There's always going to be these type of people in the world. Like, it's no escaping it. Just like there are going to always be killers, there's always going to be people who do things that nobody understands. That's just the way the world is. So, I mean, that's how I look at it.
Personalities that think that this is a claim on their free speech, ultimately losers going down to the courthouse and making a nuisance of themselves at a public hearing.
You're outside Chud the Builder's courthouse right now. The fate of the future of white civilization is here. Will we allow the court system to weaponize against us, to give us two-tiered treatment, or will we stand up as heritage Americans for Chud the Builder, who's been given a raw deal? He will wait in prison for the next few months until his court case, unless we bond him out. Bitch, shut up!
These guys are going straight to hell, man. I mean, them and the likes of them. And the funny thing is, these are the ones who preach about, you know, being Christians and having families and doing all this crazy stuff. That's what's so diabolical about this, man. They don't even know it, man. It's so crazy.
I just got removed from Chud the Builder's court hearing, but I am here to say that it's probably safely a self-defense issue. The other guy, Joshua Fox, definitely attacked Chud the Builder, and it's going to be a clear-cut case of self-defense.
Yeah, this guy wants to be white. You can see that clearly. A lot of these Asians, a lot of these Hispanics, I'm not saying all, please don't get it twisted, but there's a lot of them who want to be in that category, want to put themselves in that category, and this is them lashing out at society, and this is their way of trying to, I guess, call themselves contributing to the cause, if you will, but a failed effort.
He was right to defend himself. Josh Black was having a PTSD episode. He approached Chud first, and threatened his life.
These numbskulls and ignoramuses went down to the courthouse in an attempt to find out the same information that we're finding out from our homes. But while they were down there, they couldn't contain their dickheadery, so they decided to make themselves known in the court that they were there, they were proud to support Chud the Builder, etc., etc. So much so that they became a nuisance that they got kicked out of the courtroom. I mean, these guys couldn't be more jackasses than possible. And this is what I've been telling Chud the Builder. All of this support that you're getting is truly false support. These guys care more about their social media presence than anything, trying to get their numbers up, trying to get their weight up, all these different things. They're not concerned about your health, safety, and well-being for real. They want to capitalize off of you potentially facing 56 years in jail, but they're framing it as some sort of support. And you should be mad about that.
I mean, yeah, they just want likes, and they're trying to, you know, build up their followings. That's all this is, just an opportunity for them to get some more likes, which equals money, which equals more followers. And they're gonna milk this until they can't milk it anymore.
They don't really care about you. They just care about the nasty ass checks that they get off of Twitter. It's so hilariously funny that he thinks that this is like real support, or this is the real support, is these guys getting kicked out of this courtroom. These guys didn't even make it to see the results of the bond review hearing. And we did get the results. And the downside of today was that the bond was reduced from 1.25 million, but what it was reduced to was still $1 million. The bond was reduced to only $1 million. So something that Chud the Builder still can't seemingly afford. And I promise you that the news gets better. During this bond hearing, we got more information as to exactly what Chud the Builder did. And all these online gurus claiming that this was self-defense, that, you know, he was defending himself, are looking pretty shaky in the light. It's getting pretty scary for them because the details expose how reckless Chud the Builder was in his attempt to go viral for social media. Just to remind you of the charges, Dalton Levi Etherly, whatever his last name is, aka Chud the Builder, is charged with attempted criminal homicide, employing a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and a reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. During this court proceeding, they revealed that there were multiple, and I do mean multiple, security surveillance cameras capturing the entire situation, 12 to be exact. And what those 12 cameras captured is shocking. During Thursday's hearing, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office investigators testified that video surveillance camera documented the confrontation. At about 1:15 p.m., Eartherly approached Fox, who was at court that day for a child support hearing. Eartherly had a selfie stick in his right hand, which we kind of knew already.
Guys, this is a courthouse. What do you think is going to happen? You think these guys aren't going to have cameras around the courthouse, man, where public figures are walking around? People are probably at a lot of these guys' necks and throats on a weekly basis. So why wouldn't they have cameras, guys? There's cameras everywhere now. So what do you think these guys are going to capture? I mean, he's cooked. When the court case finally comes around, it's a wrap, guys. You got the evidence on camera. Forgive me, guys. Got a sore throat, so I got a cough drop. But there's cameras everywhere. Okay, he was spewing all this rhetoric weeks before all this happened, guys. They got Twitter posts and everything's lined up, guys. They found all kinds of stuff at his crib or his trailer park. They found all kinds of stuff. It's a wrap, guys. They're going to line him up.
That does contradict Chud's statement saying that he was approached by Fox, which we all knew was a lie because Chud the Builder doesn't roll like that. After the verbal altercation, Eartherly walked away. Fox then approached him. According to the arrest warrant obtained by Clarksville now, which was reiterated by investigators on Thursday, Eartherly then turned his body in a bladed stance and reached for a firearm in his jacket pocket. Thereafter, a physical altercation ensued, said the warrant. This is where Chud the Builder messes up because he claims as though he was attacked first and then he reached for his firearm. But the testifiers of what's going on based off of security camera footage are claiming that Chud the Builder was the first person to reach and the first person to approach, meaning that the self-defense argument is withering away faster than ever. He lands himself in even more hot water though with the following updates about the situation. I'm telling y'all, this shit was crazy today. Eartherly told investigators he was not reaching for a gun, but for a mace. Investigators did not find any pepper spray on Eartherly's body, in his truck, or in his house. Now, I think Chud the Builder thought he could get away with this because he is notorious for having mace on his person. We've seen him threaten to mace somebody before. We've even seen him pull out said mace and spray somebody with mace on the streets of Tennessee.
Bear
But this
mace,
time he
to be
didn't have it
exact.
on. Somebody who is claiming to be acting in self-defense wouldn't just outright lie like this. The only reason why Chud the Builder or anybody claiming self-defense would lie is if there wasn't any truths to what they were saying. Now, this is where the claims of Chud the Builder being reckless really come into play. The document states they said Earthly fired several shots and they found 7 shell casings at the scene, all from the same gun. Fox was shot in the torso and arm, and paramedics said he had internal bleeding. He was not in court Thursday. Earthly also suffered a gunshot wound, apparently shooting himself in the arm. Several shots, only landing a couple, not only means that he had bad aim. Chud, come on now, buddy. For somebody who pops out that shit about what you would do to somebody, it seems like you have bad aim. But this also indicates how dangerous he would be in a public setting. And I think that this aids to the fact that he did not get his bond reduced or is looking like he's going to be walking out of jail anytime soon. Not only did he release a gun in a public setting, but he released it recklessly several times, not all of them hitting Fox in the arm. That's beyond dangerous. Where Chud the Builder is really going to get hit over the head, though, is that they're going to continue to do a deeper dive than even what they did today. But what they found today was super duper damning. It goes on to read, investigators searched Earthly's truck and his house. They found an airline ticket to Istanbul dated for May 22nd departure. They also found body armor, a bulletproof vest, a rifle, a shotgun, ammunition, and a suspected bag of marijuana. They also recovered Earthly's electronic devices for evidence. They mentioned several racially inflammatory videos and social media comments he had posted leading up to the shoot. Now, in a vacuum, some of those things would be okay.
Yeah, but you combine all those things together, man, you're cooked, guys, because it shows premeditation. All the stuff he was talking about with that tweet he put out where he was saying he was going to be a dead chimp or something like that laid out on the street. And he's basically just egging people on so that he can piss them off. And then once they approach him, he can shoot them. But in Tennessee, you can't do that, buddy. But he didn't know the law. That's how dumb he is. He thought he knew the law. He doesn't know the law. And that's why he's in here now. To be honest with you, he started to crash out a few weeks before this incident, guys, because he lost all his money, all the things he was into. All his streams started to fail. And he basically he was going unhinged. Like the walls were closing in and he had nowhere to turn. So I think, to be honest with you, if he didn't go to jail and this incident didn't happen, I think something else would have happened. I think he would have ran up all the stuff in his car. They found all the weapons. He would have ran into some church or something like that with a lot of black people, and he would have just started emptying clips. So yeah, it's kind of good that he got caught and now he's begging in jail. He's really just a little bitch. I mean, if you saw the past videos that people were putting out, he's not going to make it in jail, guys. I hope they put him in general population. They probably will once this is all over and said and done with. And good luck with that, buddy.
Some people take a little toke of the ganja, and here in the South, like, it's not the craziest thing for somebody to have body armor, a bulletproof vest, a rifle, ammunition. Those things are par for the course and really like a mainstay in Southern culture. No different than having like your socks, shoes, keys, and wallet. Southern men have guns, but the evidence piles up. I'm pretty sure they saw those tweets because they did mention social media comments where he said, at least allegedly, that this would end with a dead chimp on the pavement. And so now all these things are compounding factors as to how they are going to proceed with Chud the Builder. And this could actually end up being more charges than he's already initially facing. This could end up much worse for Chud the Builder.
Yeah, in fact, there was a video that came out not too long ago by Poetic Flacco who was talking about he's got about 20 charges that are coming up as well. So all the money that all of these other racist pieces of shit are giving him, what's going to end up happening is they're just paying for court costs, because all of these other people who are claiming that they were harassed by him, they're going to put cases on him. And so to fight all those cases, he's going to have to pay for those attorney fees, and that money's going down the drain. Or if they win these cases, he's going to have to award them that money. So either way, it's a lose-lose. The walls are now truly closing in on this guy, and he's definitely going to do some jail time. I don't know how much, but I can almost guarantee you he will do some time, guys.
fact. Now, if Chud the Builder thought that they were infringing on his rights of free speech with saying that he can't say the hard R N-word in public, then boy, oh boy, if he were to make bail, the government would be infringing on his rights even harder. The last part of this document states Judge Poland set a bond at $1 million and said that if Eartherly makes bond, he will have to wear a GPS monitor, must relinquish all weapons and firearms, and will be under a gag order with no interviews or social media activity about the incident. The gag order also applies to all witnesses in the case. Poland also said that the passport application process would be stopped and rescinded if it has been issued. Yeah, they pretty much got Chud the Builder strapped down, tied down, if he were even to make bail.
So basically he has no career now. I mean, he can't even talk. He can't do anything. So if he does go home, he's just sitting there while he waits for his demise in court. How cruel is that? You aren't allowed, you get released if you get released. And while you're out, you can't do a goddamn thing. None of the stuff that got you your notoriety, none of the stuff that got you all this money from your dumbass people who support you, right? Who are too scared to do it themselves. You're basically their crash dummy, because none of these guys are going to go out and attempt this stuff. And now when they get done with you, Chud, you're going to be an example. So anybody else who wants to be the next Chud the Builder, step right up. Go ahead if you want to. I'll get my popcorn. I want extra butter on mine because I'm going to enjoy it.
Couldn't go anywhere, say anything, or do his normal social media sticker gimmick. After all of that, it still got worse for Chud the Builder at the court hearing. Now, I know what people are probably thinking. Well, Omar, he still can raise that money. Like, you know, these racist supporters that he has, these free speech proponents can still put those funds together and get to $1 million. We've seen it happen time and time again. This is probably arguably the best part for us Chud the Builder haters, but for everybody else that is a supporter, it's gotta sting. Those people that donated all that money to that Give, Send, Go, yeah, the judge made a ruling, allegedly, that no matter what funds Chud the Builder raises on Give, Send, Go, they will be blocked from being used for his bail. Won't he do it?
Damn. Didn't know that. Damn.
In all seriousness though, with multiple shots being fired, with the claims and video surveillance,
I guess, you know, you could use it for commissary. I mean, his commissary is going to be crazy. I mean, he'd probably have commissary for life. I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You could probably pay off a lot of those Aryan Brotherhood guys, maybe for some protection, you know, 20 pack of soups, you know, for a day of being a bodyguard. I don't know what the prices are, what they would be, but I mean, you can figure it out, right?
footage of Chud the Builder approaching this guy first. With the record of what Chud the Builder normally does on social media, the case is not looking well for him. It seems as though the attempt of being social media famous, going viral, that Chud the Builder did will cost him an extended amount of time. 56 years is an egregious amount of time. It's all because he wanted to be stupid. He wanted to fuck around, and he is finding out in real time. He can't even tap into the money that he has from his supporters because he was so stupid and careless and reckless about the way that he was going about life. I keep putting quotation marks around supporters because
Man, they trying to get his bitch ass that Lawrence Taylor. 56? Shit.
I think, if anything, these people are making any case that Chud the Builder had for self-defense or him being, not a threat to public safety, no better, to be quite honest with you. They're tanking any sorts of goodwill that he had in the atmosphere, if he had any. Chud the Builder has hired somebody to be a representative for him in the public eye. And that representative is no different than Chud the Builder. But the problem is that his own life is not on the line. His own freedom is not on the line. So he is doing things that are jeopardizing Chud the Builder's freedom in this world, to the tune of he is going at a commissioner, a city official of Tennessee, as he spoke out against Chud the Builder. The city official, David Shelton, said, "Racism is evil, racism is vile, racism is utterly stupid." The reason racism is so astronomically stupid is simple. As Illinois Governor Pritzker said a few years ago, you can always tell an idiot by their cruelty. And cruelty is exactly what a coward like Dalton Etherly, aka Chud the Builder, employs in his frequent attempts to incite violence by saying the most idiotic and racist things possible around black people. And yesterday, a fight broke out between the stupidest man in Clarksville and another man just outside the courthouse. Etherly shot the man during the scuffle and ended up shooting himself in the process. The victim was life flighted and is still fighting for his life.
Let me just say this, like, how long do you think somebody who was doing what Chud the Gayman was doing before something happened? Like, how long do you think anybody could go around doing something that egregious and expect to just continue to be able to do it as long as you would like? God has a funny way of just showing you
Message.
And like I said, I bet you when he woke up that morning, when Chud woke up, he didn't think that this was going to be the guy to do it, right? It never is the one that does it. It's always, oh, maybe around the corner, maybe the next one around the corner. It's never the one you think, and that's just how funny, it is, and that's how God works sometimes. But everybody learns their lessons, guys. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but eventually, most of us, we learn.
Last report I heard is that he is stable and I pray he recovers. Earthly though, whatever Chud's last name is, though now sits in the Montgomery County Jail with multiple felonies. Stupid, idiotic, racist, and none of this should have gotten to this point. Frankly, I'm convinced we have been witnessing a mental collapse over the last few months as Earthly grew more bold with each passing day, even leading to charges being filed in Nashville. So
that's pretty much the end of the video. Long story short, this was bound to happen. One way or the other, his demise was going to come. Whether it would have been somebody in the wrong place at the wrong time, in the wrong hood he found himself in. He ran into the wrong black guy, which apparently he did already. And now all of this stuff is happening. So it's one thing to get lined up if you go into the wrong community and something happens, but it's another thing to actually have the law get a hold of you guys. And I'm happy. I'm sure most people watching this are probably happy as well. And like I said, I'll be even more happy if I hear that something has happened to him behind bars in general population. That's my ultimate wish, for him to get convicted, get put in general population, and not make his time. In other words, not be able to serve his complete sentence. That's what I would like to happen. And that's what I'm going to be praying for in the foreseeable future. So with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you did appreciate it, please give it a like. Please hit the subscribe button if you have not. I drop content every single day on this channel. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next video.